ladies and gentlemen, second block qualifying for the boys team event. Have a nice round of applause for the gentlemen bowling this morning. Guys, your arrow's now coming up. Good luck and good bowling.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Bowl TV. This is Matt Canizaro alongside Aaron Smith, and we're here for day 2 of team competition here at the 2016 World Bowling Youth Championships at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska. After yesterday's 3-game set, we have divided the boys field once again. And what you're watching now is the lower half of the field after 3 games of team competition on this 45-foot WTBA Rome pattern. We've had 1 oil pattern this week, and we've been through singles, doubles, and 3 games of team, 15 game total so far. So again, this is the bottom half of the boys team field. Don't know that many, if any, of these teams are going to be serious contenders for a spot in the top 4, but you never do know. We saw some record scores this week and some near record scores. And of course, this is the best bowlers in the world, more than 200 total, representing 37 countries, so you never know what could happen, and we'll have it all for you live here on Bowl TV. A few bowlers on this squad still in contention for all events and Masters for sure. Quick rundown of those players in just a moment, but right now here in our featured pairs, we are joined by the bowlers from Scotland, Russia, and the Philippines, along with a pacer team from the nearby University of Nebraska. So we'll have 3 games of team competition here over the next few hours, and then we will take a short break, re-oil the lanes, and welcome in the top half of the boys team field after 3 games yesterday. So we're divided up over 2 squads for competition yesterday afternoon, and then we reshuffled everything for today's 3-game block. So hopefully that clears all that up, and we'll get you settled in, and hopefully everybody enjoys some excitement and some high scores here today on Bowl TV. Again, bowlers from Scotland, Russia, the Philippines, and a pacer team from the University of Nebraska. This will conclude the regular portion of this week's event. Again, all bowlers have bowled 6 games of singles, 6 games of doubles, and we'll have bowled 6 games of team. 18-game pinfall totals will determine the all events medalists, gold, silver, and bronze for all events. And then the top 24 in the all event standings will advance to Masters competition that will start tomorrow afternoon. And in the Masters, the top 8 will get a bye into the second round. So then number 9 through 24 will face off in best of 3 single elimination matches. Obviously, the 8 winners will advance to meet the top 8 seeds. And then we will have best of 3 matches down to the winners. We'll have the semifinals and the finals live right here in front of us on our featured pairs, lanes 15 through 18 on Bowl TV here at Sun Valley Lanes. And all the way to the end, to the gold medal. It will be best of 3 matches, so looking forward to that as we see the best of the best. But right now it's all about team competition. After today, we will know our 4 semifinalists on the boys' side and the girls' side, and they will advance to tomorrow's medal round That'll take place starting at 10 a.m. Eastern. Today we'll have 3 games here. The bottom half of the boys field. The top half will be back this afternoon, and then this evening we will see the girls as they try to claim their 4 spots in the semifinals as well. As far as the all events and masters race on this squad, Hector Simo is one pair to our left for the Dominican Republic. The left-hander picked up the first medal for his country in World Youth Championships history. Bronze medal in singles. Came back and earned bronze with Oscar Cavallo in doubles. So 2 medals for Mr. Simo. Right now he is 3rd in the all-event standings. Averaging 228 through 15 games so far. Also on this squad, Rafiq Ismail from Malaysia, a silver medalist in doubles, 12th overall at plus 209. Adam Svensson from Australia is 14th at plus 180. Asil Al-Rumi from Kuwait, who's our top seed in singles, went on to win a bronze medal, is 17th at plus 168. Inigo Garcia from Spain on this squad. He is 22nd at plus 145. Tun Hakim from Malaysia, also a silver medalist in doubles, is 23rd at plus 136. And just outside the number right now is Antonio Fiorentino from Italy. He is 25th, trying to sneak into the top 24. He is at plus 131, averaging 208.73, just 5 pins out of the number at this point. So top 24 advance to Masters, top 8 get buys, and of course the top 3 in the all-event standings will take home gold, silver, and bronze medals. In the team competition, leading the way yesterday, just missing the 6-game record, or the 3-game record, I'm sorry, was the United States at 27.84. And they did break the single game record in the opener, 10-12, followed by 8:40 and 9:32. So 27.84 leading the way. Second is Japan at 26.86. Third is Sweden, 26.14. And fourth, Norway at 25.84. Finland just on the outside at 25.25. Germany 6th at 25.05. Singapore 7th, 24.88. Canada 24.85. Venezuela 24.70. And Korea 24.49. So you see a lot of teams with a shot at the top 4. We had 29 official teams overall. again, on this squad, we've got the bottom half of the field. It's like we're going to have 16 teams on the next squad. So 17 through 29, and some Pacer teams bowling right now. The top half of the field will be on the lanes today at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's the second half of boys qualifying. If you'd like to check out the updated standings, the link to the 2016 World Youth Championships page is in the information box below your video window. So you click on that, check out the boys team standings through 3 games. Top half of the field will be on the lanes at 2 p.m. Eastern. Bottom half right now. Appreciate everybody stopping in, giving us part of your Sunday morning. Some regular faces in the chat room today. Ami Guerra, Hazel McCleary, thank you for joining us. Looks like Ami's been practicing. Does that mean we'll see you at the World Cup? That, of course, coming up in the next few months. Got the PABCON Championships coming up in September as well. That's in Cali, Colombia. So a big year for the international competitions. Right now, though, it's all about the 2016 World Youth Bowling Championships here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And Aaron Smith and I, we're just gonna sit back and enjoy some bowling this morning. But feel free to drop your notes and questions in the chat room. Glad to see our friend Ami will be on the road again. Ami, will see you in Chicago in a few days. This is the first of 3 games nearing the halfway point here on our featured pairs. Again, thank you for being here. We'll be here throughout the day into the evening. And by the end of the day, we'll know our semifinalists. If you have any questions, again, drop those in there. And we will roll on here. Sit back and enjoy. Quick question from Ami in the chat. Are we live streaming the U.S. Women's Open? Yes, it'll be most hands on deck for that event because we have 4 TV shows at the end of the week. So Emil Williams Jr., our newest associate, the newest member of team, will be there from the start, along with Terry Bigham, the Director of Communications at USBC. So they'll kick off the week, and I will head there after the World Youth Championships. I'll be there August 3rd through the end of the event, which will conclude again with 3 taped TV shows for the Professional Women's Bowling Association, and then a live show for the U.S. Open that morning, August 7th. So it should be an exciting few days there, and looking forward to meeting all of our new PWBA champions. And then Aaron Smith will head home after a long few weeks on the road. Aaron and Emil had the pleasure, along with Terry, of working at the Junior Gold Championships in Indianapolis. And then Aaron joined me here in Lincoln, Nebraska, so it'll be his time to get some rest. Emil and Terry have been kicking back the last couple days, getting situated and ready for the U.S. Open. And then we'll do our thing for another week, and then it's time to go back to headquarters and get organized for the next round of excitement. So a lot going on this summer in the bowling world. The PWBA Tour nearing its conclusion for 2016. 14 events on the schedule, 13 of them to air on CBS Sports Network this year, along with some top youth and collegiate action. So pretty much every Tuesday this summer you'll be able to catch some great bowling on the CBS Sports Network. And of course all the qualifying and match play rounds on Bowl TV or Extra Frame, the PBA's official live stream channel, which we do use for the PWBA. So on the road again, certainly. So yes, we'll see you online and in person in Chicago. And until then, it's in the capable hands of Emil Williams Jr. and Terry Bigham. Here at the World Youth Championships, just a few days left of competition. Team qualifying will wrap up today. Tomorrow will be the team semifinals and finals, followed by the start of Masters competition. We'll have 2 rounds of Masters tomorrow. So the afternoon tomorrow, we will narrow the fields down from 24 to 16. And then the second round will go from 16 to 8. And then Tuesday, we'll have Masters Step 3. We'll go from 8 to 4. Those will be your semifinalists. We'll have them on late morning. And then the finals will follow immediately after. Competition will wrap up Tuesday afternoon. We'll have the banquet, celebrate a great couple days here, and then move on to the next. Featured pairs right now: Scotland, Philippines, and Russia, and a Pacer team from the nearby University of Nebraska. Scotland entering the day in 25th place. Russia 27th.
All right, Mr. Canizaro, after today's competition, for some of these players, this will be the final time we get to see them here on Bowl TV, so this will be my final time to introduce the teams. So we'll get to know our players here real quick. Stepping up for Scotland is going to be Daniel Masters. He's joined on the lanes today by Andrew Bald, Paul Addison, and Jack Kerr. Dmitry Danilin getting ready to step up on lane 18 for Russia. His teammates Andrei Tuskanov, Vladimir Churilov, and Vladislav Smetanin. For the Philippines, Gaspar Cajol getting off to a nice start here. That's 5 in a row after the spare in the first. Luis Cantorna getting ready to step up next for the Philippines. Also on the team this year, GJ Boyko and Ivan Malik. Since we know a little bit about our Pacers, we can introduce them as well. We have had several representatives from the University of Nebraska bowling team help us out with the pacing process. So we have 4 of the ladies from Bill Straub's program joining us here. Kelly Belzeski, Bethany Headley, Alexandra Mascara, and Brianna Zabarek are our 4 Pacers. I'm sure they're looking forward to another exciting year. Representing the Cornhuskers, hoping to make it back into the title match of the NCAAs. Cornhuskers won in 2015. Returned in 2016 to face off against Stephen F. Austin for the 2nd consecutive year. The Lady Jacks ended up capturing the title. We have one of their competitors, Stephanie Schwartz, competing this week, representing Junior Team USA. So big thanks to the Pacers for helping us out this week, keeping the pace. Probably a pretty cool experience for them as well. Getting the opportunity to compete alongside competitors from 37 different countries throughout the week. Nice shot from GJ there in the 6th for the Philippines. Bit of a rough start for Hector Simo from the Dominican Republic, who was in the top 3 for all events heading into this block. Hector still looking for his first double, 1 open through 6 frames. He's getting ready to step up in the 7th. You'll be able to see his ball track on lane 13 from the left side. Rings the 7-pin. Hector's had a great 2016 event. Pair of bronze medals already taken back home to the Dominican Republic. Might need a big finish here. Keep his spot in the all event standings. Definitely in good shape for Masters. question in the chat about how the two-handers are doing and if there were any on the girls' side. Don't recall seeing any female competitors employing the two-handed release, but looking at the all events standings, we have a good variety. So just even going through the first few spots on the all event standings on the boys' side, Pontus Andersson leading the way from Sweden. Right-hander, just uses one hand. Wesley Lowe Jr. from the United States in second. Two-hander, attacking the lanes from the left side. Hector Simo, left-handed. Jesper Svensson, a two-handed lefty. Takua Miyazawa, right-hander, one hand. Anthony Simonson, two-hander from the right side. Andre Macau from Germany, pretty sure is a one-hander. Nico Oksanen, right-hander, one-handed. So we definitely got some variety there. That was the top 8 heading into the final 3 games. So have a little bit of variety for everyone. So don't necessarily want to say one side or one particular style is dominating this week. The only thing that's dominating is quality shot making. Question from Sammy, can the Pacers make it to the finals? Only in the NBA. I'm afraid their scores don't necessarily count towards any of the standings here, so once again, they're just helping us out, making sure everyone has the same amount of competitors on a pair. However, I'm sure if they've bowled part of the event, of course, they're all teammates at Nebraska. I'm sure they like to see a big score up there and just say, hey, we did pretty all right for competing against some of the top players in the world. One of our silver medalists in doubles. On the boys' side, Tun Hakim from Malaysia, looking to go 260 here in the opener. He's starting his 10th frame. Connects for the first one. As Matt mentioned earlier, probably not going to see any of the teams from this block necessarily make a run out here, but you never know. Vladimir makes it 7 in a row, representing Russia. Nice cover there by Ivan from the Philippines, taking care of the 210. All right, we gotta get the pin cleared out on lane 16 before Daniel can throw his fill ball. So, got someone from the Sun Valley lanes staff making sure gets taken care of. Nearly 100% on deadwood clearing so far this week. A big thanks to host proprietor here, John Lucido, and his staff, and all the volunteers who helped to make this tournament run so well. It's been great all week, and it's going to continue to be great as we finish up the team qualifying today, have the medal rounds tomorrow, and get into the Masters competition for both the boys and the girls in the next 2 days. Well, they had so much fun looking at the deadwood on 16 that 17 decided to get in on the action. Although they're able to get that one from the back, it appears. Vladimir's string of strikes ends with the 4-pin, his first shot of the 10th. No problem on the spare though for Churloff, going to be in the 240s here. Vladimir had some struggles in singles and doubles. Shot 626 in team yesterday. And gonna try to finish up strong here. His final 3 games probably not going to have enough to get into the Masters portion. Start of the day in 99th overall. It's always good to end on a strong note. 724 for our Pacers from the University of Nebraska. They're in the books. 691 max for Scotland if Jack Kerr can make it all 3 in the 10th. Make it 690 for Scotland. $781 still available for Russia. $779 the official tally. Players and teams starting to move around. 169 for Hector Simo. So that will hurt his chance for all events. Gonna need a big push in the final 2 games. Philippines going to finish just under par for this game. Spare gives them 795, so game 1 today, game 4 overall of qualifying for the boys competition. The 2016 World Bowling Youth Championships in the books. Competitors going to make their moves. Game 2 coming up next year on Bowl TV. A big thanks to everyone for joining us throughout the week. We certainly appreciate it. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Matt Cannizzaro with USBC Communications. We'll be here till it's all said and done, till the final medals are awarded at the 2016 event. So still a few more days to go. We're certainly looking forward to it and hope you are as well. Game 2 coming up next here on Bowl TV. All right, game number 2 is underway here in the final block, qualifying for the lower half of the field of the 2016 World Bowling Youth Championships taking place at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska. These teams came out bowled 3 games yesterday, so after that they didn't necessarily follow whatever squad they were on, just the lower half of the field based off of overall pinfall is here in the early squad. All the top score is going to be taking place a little bit later today. Scheduled start time for the second block, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. local time here in Lincoln. So for a lot of these competitors, this will be our last opportunity to see them here on Bowl TV for the week. Certainly many have made lasting impressions. Seen some great bowling across the board. As 37 countries have been represented throughout the week on both the boys and the girls side. Joining us for our final game, we have a split team of Slovakia and Ireland. So 3 from Slovakia, 1 from Ireland. So their team total not necessarily going to be important here, but the individual scores very much so, in hopes of making it to the medal round. They're joined on 15 and 16 by Macau. We have 3 members of the Saudi Arabia team on 17 and 18. I believe they had 1 player drop out this week due to injury. So their team score not going to count as well. And they're joined by 1 competitor from Pakistan. We have a few more Pacers. So essentially only Macau bowling for score in the team event. Plenty of other action going all over the house, so be sure to check out the official website of the World Youth Championships at 2016 at wyc.worldbowling.org. We also have a link in the description about or below the video. One of the things you can find there is a link to live scoring, so you can follow your favorite competitors around as they make their way through this 32-lane center. A few pairs are out of play this week. We've seen that switch up a little bit. We had to switch the cameras around yesterday. Since 17 and 18 was out of play, so we showcased 13 through 16 instead of 15 through 18. So we'll certainly do our best to get as much coverage as possible, showcase these great young athletes doing what they do. But we're going to settle in for game 2. Everyone sit back, relax, and enjoy. We'll be back here on Bowl TV in just a few moments to get our introductions. So sit back, game 2 of 3 underway.
right, folks, still with us here. We are about halfway through game number 2 here. Boys qualifying in the team event at the 2016 World Bowling Youth Championships here in Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska. This morning, we have the bottom half of our men's field or boys field after 3 games of qualifying yesterday. So this is teams 18 through 29, plus our incomplete teams and pacers. Top half of the field will be on the lanes this afternoon. And that will start at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. locally, if you're here and you want to come out and watch in person. So these bowlers here still in contention for all events and masters potentially, but I think most of these teams will not be making a run at the top 4 for the semifinals. Good question in the chat room. How are we going to handle the next squad? And just like yesterday afternoon, we're going to shift the cameras and we'll show 13, 14, 15, and 16 because 17 and 18 will be out of play. It's no problem. We've been adjusting things as needed throughout the week for the semifinals and the finals, so it is no issue. And everything looked okay for our second squad yesterday, so that will be the plan once again. Looks like we got a little bit of potential excitement here for one of our pacer bowlers. If he keeps striking, we'll certainly go find out who he is. I believe he bowls for the University of Nebraska men's team. So Aaron's gonna go see if we can track down the details and give him a shout out here on Bowl TV. Don't forget, if you are tuned in and your favorite team or players are not on the featured pairs, you certainly can tune into the online scoring available again on the WYC homepage. The link in the information box below your video window. Not too much flexibility with the cameras here. We've got one on one set of scoreboards, one on another set, and one main camera. So also not as easily accessible to move them around. So we kind of get what we get. And for the next block, again, we'll be on 13 and 14, 15 and 16. And we'll see how things shake up. We'll give you the news as it unfolds here. And we'll take it from there. All right, so now stepping up on lane 18, according to my associate and his research, Aaron Smith, this gentleman is Alistair Rutledge, bowls for Nebraska. Qualified this year for the Intercollegiate Singles Championships. That was held in Wichita alongside the Intercollegiate Team Championships, so definitely a quality player here for the Huskers men's team. We'll see if he can make it 8 in a row here at the World Youth Championships. And he cannot, so the 10 pin won't go. But he gets to bowl alongside the best young bowlers in the world. And he made a run at perfection on the biggest stage. Got a shout out on Bowl TV. If you're just stopping in on this Sunday morning, you're watching live coverage of the 2016 World Youth Bowling Championships, Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska. This is the bottom half of the boys team qualifying. After yesterday's 3-game round, the field was cut in half based on total pinfall. Bottom half back bright and early. Top half will be back this afternoon to contend for 4 spots in the semifinals. Also, all events will be decided today, and the top 24 in the all event standings will advance to Masters competition, which starts tomorrow afternoon. So the week winding down here at Sun Valley Lanes. We've already crowned champions in singles and doubles. We'll know our team winners tomorrow afternoon. And Masters will wrap up on Tuesday before we say goodbye from Lincoln, Nebraska. The next World Youth Championships won't be until 2018 and now take place in Detroit, Michigan. Next big events on the schedule. We have the U.S. Women's Open coming up in the Chicago area. That'll be broadcast live on Extra Frame as part of the PWBA coverage this year. Coming up in September, we'll be at the PABCON Adult Championships in Cali, Colombia. I'll be there doing some different things. We won't be live streaming, but we'll try to bring you the highlights as creatively as possible. And then coming up in October, the World Cup in Shanghai, China. We'll mix in a little bit more PWBA coverage and see what other events we can find for you throughout the next few months. Do another quick rundown of the boys' team standings. After yesterday, the United States started things off with the highest game in World Youth Championships history, a 10-12 effort on the way to a 27-84 total, just shy of the 3-game record. So the United States leads with 27-84, a 232 average, followed by Japan 26-86, Sweden 26-14, Norway 25-84. Just outside the top 4, Finland 25-25. About 60 pins back. Germany is 6th at 25-05. Singapore 7th, 24-88. Canada 8th, 24-85. So 8th place, only 100 pins behind that 4th spot right now. Venezuela's 9th at 24-70. And Korea rounds out the top 10 at 24-49. About 135 pins behind the 4th place number. So top 4 will advance to the semifinals. And then we'll get into Baker competition. So a little bit different there once we're done with all these team games. And Baker will be best of 3 matches go down from 4 in the semifinals to 2 who will bowl for the gold medal. Semifinal losers will share the bronze. So it should be a nice, fun afternoon as the top boys teams battle for those 4 spots in the semifinals. And the girls will be back on the lanes tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern to do the same. Again, if you have any questions, we are here keeping an eye on the chat room. So all right, just a brief interruption there for our daily internet glitch. And as I was saying, definitely remember to follow us on social media so you'll be up to date on all of the news and notes. We'll have recaps as we have all week long on bowl.com. You can find us on Facebook. The official USBC Facebook page is the Sport of Bowling USBC. You can find me personally at Matt Canizaro USBC. And then on Twitter, main USBC account is at USBC, where you can find us at USBC Matt and at USBC Aaron. Also remember to subscribe to Bowl TV so you'll get all the updates of all the great events coming up. And if you missed any of the action this week, you can revisit it in the archives here on Bowl TV. Going back to singles qualifying, we had 1-300 game on the girls' side by Filippa Persson of Sweden. Only the 3rd girl to roll a perfect game in World Youth Championships history. And on the boys' side, her Swedish teammate Jesper Svensson, a 2-hander from the left side, shot 300 in singles qualifying as well. He was the 5th boy to get the job done. And those are our only 2 perfect games of the 2016 event. Gold medal recap in singles. It was a United States sweep for Wesley Lowe and Jasmine Mason. Wesley was the singles silver medalist in 2014, so a little bit of redemption there for him. And Jasmine Mason is a standout at the University of Nebraska right down the street. Helped the Huskers to a national title in 2015 and a runner-up finish in 2016 now. She's a gold medalist at the World Youth Championships. And then in doubles, it was Wesley Lowe back at it with young 2-hander and first-time participant Anthony Simonson taking home the gold medal on the boys' side with the win over Malaysia. And for the girls, Korea dominated, breaking the 3- and 6-game doubles records and shooting .514 in the championship match to down the United States. Jasmine Mason and Julia Bond. Julia Bond also a standout at the University of Nebraska. So local ties, storylines galore, always cool. And now for the United States today, the boys looking to win a 3rd consecutive team title. So we'll see if that can happen again. Junior Team USA leading both the boys and the girls team events after the first day of competition. And that is your championship recap, courtesy of Sun Valley Lanes here in Lincoln, Nebraska. We're in the 10th frame of game number 2. This is the bottom half of the boys' field. Overall this week, we had 208 competitors from 37 countries, 79 on the girls' side, 129 on the boys' side. In our featured pair today, got a mix of players. A few from Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Macau, China, Slovakia, Ireland, and a few local Pacers filling in the field to keep things moving evenly and smoothly throughout the day. So again, we're in the 10th frame. Game number 2. One more game coming up after this. Then we'll take a short break to all the lanes and get ready for the top half of the boys' field. So thanks for tuning in here. This is Matt Canizaro, Aaron Smith. We'll be right back with game number 3 here at Sun Valley Lanes.
I'll be checking it out then. Thank you, I'll be watching.
Bebo, Bebo, pasa esto para allá que no hay nadie. Ahí está otro Bebo.
All right, welcome back to Bowl TV. Game 3, the lower half of the qualifying field after day 1 for boys team qualifying at the 2016 World Bowling Youth Championships taking place at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Matt Cannizzaro. And this is the final game for this block. Once it's all said and done, we'll take a quick break, re-oil the lanes with the 45-foot WTBA Rome condition. And then the top half of the field on the boys' side will return for their final 3 games of qualifying. Joining us in this final game, Malaysia, Australia, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic. We'll get you some information on them in just a few moments. Settle in, game 2 underway, or game 3, excuse me, underway here on Bowl TV. All right, we have some scores updated through 5 total games. Looking at the all events picture coming into today, you needed better than a 208 average to be in the top 24. We currently have 5 players at that pace through 17 of 18 qualifying games. 1 player just outside of it, so some folks will need a strong final push, and we'll see a few of them here on Bowl TV. With 17 games in the books, Hector Simo still leading the way on this squad for total all events. Some struggles here in the team competition, but he's at 37.44, a 220.24 clip. So far ahead of everyone else competing at the moment. Antonino Fiorentino, there we go, from Italy. Currently sits in second. Competitors on this block with 36.18, 212.82 average. Tun Hasnul Azam from Malaysia, our silver medalist in doubles. Him and his doubles partner in that event, Rafiq Ismail, in 3rd and 4th, 36.08 and 35.93 respectively. Those are 212.24 and 211.35 averages. Final player ahead of pace so far, what we had coming into the final round, Azil Al-Rumi from Kuwait, our singles qualifying leader. He's at 35.86, a 210.94 overall average. First player outside of that bubble number that we came into with today, Adam Svensson from Australia. He's at 35.36. 1 pin behind is Spain's Inigo Garcia, who's at 35.35. Ivan Malik from the Philippines at 35.08. Rafael Pizarro, who was the cut number heading into today from Puerto Rico, is at 34.33. So once again, you never know what's going to happen in these final 3, but can go off of pace alone. So that's what we saw. All right, it appears none of the teams have gotten back to plus for their overall effort here on this squad, so I think it's safe to say the team event scores safe on the boys' side. Out of the teams competing at the moment, Costa Rica the closest to even, -15 at 39.85. Kuwait's at 39.65. The Philippines 39.56. Malaysia 39.26. And a big drop off after that. Russia 37.68. Australia 37.06. Here's Svensson once again kind of on the bubble for Masters. Early open in the 3rd, looking for a double to make up for it, and finds the big 4. Svensson joined on the lanes this week by Michael Murray, Jaden Pinella, and Blaine Fletcher. 4 out of 5 for Rafiq Ismail. His teammates this week include Juan Nadsmi, Furky Fiza. He'll be stepping up next. Qualif Adnor Adam will be up third. And Tun Hakim, who we already mentioned, pulling in the 4th spot. He's got 4 in a row to start. For the Dominican Republic, Gregory Maureen. Start with the front 4 before leaving the 2-5 here. He's joined by Huascar Cavallo, Rafael Rojo, and Hector Simo. Talked a lot about Hector this week. He's put on an awesome performance. For Puerto Rico, William Duen stepping up with 4 in a row. On lane 18, his teammates Isam Hussein, Rafael Pizarro, and Antonio Izquierdo. William makes it 5 for 5. And a little final game excitement here on Bowl TV. Tun Hakim matches the effort. Perfect 5th frame for Malaysia. Mostafa Al-Musawi from Kuwait putting together a nice performance today. Mustafa, games of 247 and 276 to start. Puts him at 5-23. Had 4 out of 5 to start in game 3. Leaves a 4-pin in the 6th frame. Let's drop his max score down to 257. He could still shoot 780 his final 3 games. He is currently still under par, however, through 17 games, 33.88. So had some struggles in the team event yesterday. He's bounced back nicely. Always nice to see the resilience there from these young competitors. It will probably not be enough to get into the Masters field. You never know, though. Nice final effort here from Malaysia. A lot of strikes up there. They haven't missed since the 4th frame. They're actually going for a team 12-bagger here. Nadsmi can connect. There it is. Team 300 for Malaysia. Maybe let's see what they can finish up with here. Let's do some math, folks. They were under par heading into this final game. $39.26 their total. So make it 13 in a row. Still shoot 1074 this game. Once again, that's still a lot of strikes away. Which would get them to a grand total of 5,000 even. Kun Akim's run of strikes ends at 6. There I saw a record score on the boys' side. Individual team game, courtesy of the United States to kick things off yesterday. Team of Anthony Simonson, Wesley Lowe Jr., Cameron Doyle, and Michael Tang finished up with 1,012. Technically, record score is still available. Not a lot of room to miss, but who says they're going to? Nice cover there from Svensson. For many of the competitors on this squad, final game of a long week of bowling, but certainly a memorable experience to be had by all here. Traveling many, many miles, crossing oceans to represent their country in international competition against the best players age 21 and under in the entire world. 37 countries representing more than 200 players making their way to Lincoln, Nebraska. These countries still have great support here on site in Lincoln. The Sun Valley Lanes has been the place to be. A lot of noise, a lot of cheers and chants from the family and friends. You see here for Blaine Fletcher there. Oh, that was Michael Murray, excuse me. Oregon on 6 in a row. Blaine Fletcher's up next. I'm sure there's definitely some disappointment for some of these teams. No one is coming to a close, but I think for many, the reflection time afterwards will certainly rank this up there as a great experience. The squads have been spaced out enough to where they've had the opportunity to get to do a few things throughout the week. There was the local baseball team was playing not too long ago, so there was the opportunity to go out there, take the buses. We have a team out here known as the Salt Dogs. It's a trip to the outlet mall scheduled, I believe, tomorrow. Matt Canizaro will not let me attend. But that's okay. And certainly the hospitality and very cool downtown here in Lincoln did not go unnoticed.
Well, Mr. Smith, it's almost that time. The conclusion for many of these players of the 2016 World Bowling Youth Championships, and for you, your first opportunity to see the world talent at the under 21 level. 24 of our bowlers overall from 129 on the boys side will advance to Masters competition, though the rest will have the rest of today and tomorrow off before the victory banquet on Tuesday even. So they'll have one more day off to relax and enjoy Lincoln. But you got your first taste of the international competition at the World Senior Championships last year, and now getting to see the other end of the spectrum and some of the talent that you maybe have read about on bowl.com and seen on Bowl TV, of course, closely following the coverage of Lucas Wiseman, and I get to travel as well. But what do you think about the talent, the global scale, after seeing some singles, doubles, and 6 games of team event here for these players?
It's certainly been impressive to see the collection of talent. It's definitely grown over the years. It seems like, overseas they're devoting a lot more time and effort to bowling, and it's showing in the talent level out here this week. So, I mean, overall, I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to see. I'm definitely was familiar with a few of the top names out there from international competition. You know, and certain countries just have a reputation for just having a great bowling system and just produce name after name after name. And so I wasn't surprised to see the likes of Sweden bowl well. We've seen Singapore all week bowl pretty well. So kind of knew I'd see that, but just the overall talent level out here, the coaches out here, has just been very impressive to see how much and how big the sport is around the world. Definitely got to experience that a little bit with the World Senior Championships and see a few familiar faces from that event as well, both on the coaching side and those who competed in the event. So definitely cool to see them giving back to the next generation as well. But yes, just thoroughly impressed. There's a lot of kids out here who aren't going to make the top 24, who throw the ball unbelievably well. And maybe this is the type of event that they just need to get under their belt to understand what it's all about to compete at this level, and we'll learn if they have the opportunity to represent their country again. So thoroughly impressed. Can't wait to see how it ends in the next few days. Rafiq Ismail, we'll get to see him for a few more days in Masters competition. Going to be in that top 24, it looks like, along with his teammate Toon Hakim. Both putting on big finishes here on Bowl TV. We'll see Hector Simo from the Dominican Republic as well, looking good for Masters. Thinking he's probably going to fall out of the medal for all events, but still in position to possibly get a bye for the first round.
Well, Masters a little bit different this year as well. In the constant attempt and changes and different things to make bowling more exciting for spectators, I think is kind of the goal in place. Once we get down to the top 24 now, everybody really will have an equal chance at winning Masters. Format a little bit different now. Instead of another cut after a few games and then match play, where pinfall carries over, it's going to be a best of 3 single elimination matches. So the reward for making the top 8 is a first round bye, but then everybody on equal playing ground, and number 9 through 24 will face off in a best of 3 matches. Winners will advance to take on the top 8. They'll bowl, and we'll get it down to just 8 players remaining. Have one more round, and we'll get that down to our semifinalists. It'll be best of 3 all the way through. So something a little bit different, and it gives those bowlers who qualify at the bottom end of that still a chance potentially at taking home a Masters title. So the top competitors in all events will be rewarded with gold, silver, and bronze medals for 1, 2, and 3. Top 8 will get those byes into the second round, and then everybody will have an equal chance. So I think that kind of evens it up, makes it a little more exciting, and we'll have all that for you live on Bowl TV. But always tweaking the formats a little bit and trying to keep it interesting and fresh and exciting for not only the competitors, but for the fans at home, and getting that appeal, trying to attract folks to watching bowling. So looking forward to that, and of course, as our resident collegiate bowling expert, I'm sure you will see many of these players and their names in the collegiate standings next season. A great opportunity here for many to get recruited by some of the top coaches. On the girls' side, NCAA action, a lot of scholarship money up for grabs. And for the guys, potentially just an opportunity to get some more experience in this team environment, get a great education if they're interested in coming to the United States to go to school. So just very neat having it here in the U.S. and having the coaches on site to be able to look at the players. And you mentioned a lot of players throw it really, really well, and whether maybe they don't have the strongest teams to stay competitive, or not enough players to field a team, at least they're getting the opportunity to come out, bowl at the top level, and maybe even have an opportunity to bowl for a collegiate program and further their games and their educations.
Yeah, it's definitely been fun to, obviously, with some of the bigger name programs, and just you get to be familiar with folks, especially with us spending so much time at the ITCs, get to see a lot of the faces. But on the NCAA side, generally only get to cover one event a year, so it's still a learning curve for a few of those folks, but definitely fun. And I know for Australia, we have two of their representatives on the ladies' side, Katie Furs and Emily Rigney, going to be competing in the fall here in the States in just about another month or two before the semester starts up again and we get into the excitement of collegiate action. Final few shots here for our broadcast. I want to give a quick shout out to buddy checking in back in Michigan, Tom Zeller. Thanks for stopping by. Joining us here on Bowl TV for the end of the squad qualifying. Big thanks to everybody for joining us, whether it's been just for a few minutes or for some of you, you've been here all week. We certainly appreciate it, as do these competitors.
Well, Aaron, I know it's about to get a little bit emotional for you as well as we say goodbye to many of these players, but you can see some hugs going around in the settee areas. And, at the same time, being that this is the World Youth Championships, many of these players will be above the age of 21 in 2 years when the next World Youth Championships comes along. So this is it for them. The opportunity to represent their countries, travel the world. Pretty amazing to think, you know, just growing up and having the chance to go to a distant land and wear that country's name on your back, potentially stand on the medal stand. Those are feelings that the players describe to us as almost indescribable. So, you know, for us, it's a little different perspective, but for some of these players, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, maybe coming from a small country where they might not get to see other places very often, if ever. But here they are bowling for that country. And again, once in a lifetime, this could be the end of the road for many of them. And again, down the line in adult championships or on the PBA tour or PWBA tour. But now they're going to say their goodbyes and spend the next couple days with friends that they've met from many distant places. And if you talk to any of our past young players, this experience certainly resonates, medal or not, as far as it's probably top of the list. And the friends that they make now, thanks to social media, an opportunity to keep in touch. I know WhatsApp is probably one of the most popular things out there at these events, to be able to talk to people in other countries and keep up with bowling and such. So we look forward to following along with the careers, and I know there's some lifelong friends made here this week.
Definitely so. Social media, definitely a cool way to stay in contact. And of course, if you're following it, or if you've been watching all week, we hope you've been sharing on social media as well. Hashtag 2016 WYC. Final score for the Dominican Republic, 759. Puerto Rico finishes at 786. We got our final shots from Blaine Fletcher and Toon Hakeem from Australia and Malaysia, respectively. Nice final game for Malaysia, they're going to finish plus. Strike can get them to plus 46. We'll say that will not be enough to make the top 4, but as we said, they have 2 of their players in great position to make Masters, and Rafiq Ismail and Tuna Keem already silver medalists in the doubles portion here this week. 9-18 for Malaysia, 48-44 total. 8-12 for Australia. So, Mr. Canizaro, we're going to take a quick break, and in about an hour, it's going to be time to head back as the Malaysian team gives us a bow. Very cool. For the top half of boys qualifying their final 3 games here on Bowl TV to figure out the top 4 for tomorrow's medal round.
All right, folks, and that will do it for coverage of this final round of team qualifying for the bottom half of the field. Again, we're going to say goodbye to most of these players for the week. We will not see them again. Probably not a chance they'll be sneaking into the top 4, but some of the players will be advancing to Masters competition in the top 24. We'll have all the details for you about that and more coming up again in about an hour. Next squad scheduled to start at 2 p.m. Eastern. 1 p.m. here in Lincoln. If you're nearby, you want to come by and give us part of your Sunday. Otherwise, we'll see you here on Bowl TV. Thanks for tuning in, folks, from Sun Valley Lanes. This is Matt Canizaro and Aaron Smith. And that's the news for now. We'll see you on the lanes.